Welcome to Always Analog, where we celebrate the beauty of analog technology in the digital world. So today we're going to look at a Royal FP typewriter. And this is an example from the late 50s, maybe even into 1960, of the standard desktop Royal typewriter. And these machines came in various colors, pastels, pink, blue, green, perhaps some others I'm not thinking about, tan. But this is a standard office issue. These were also very popular typewriters in schools for business classes, typing classes, things like that. These machines were and remain to be real workhorse machines. They are heavy, and they are, I think, pretty well made. I think this might be among the better machines that Royal made post-World War II. And this machine I actually have had for many years. I think I actually pulled it out of the garbage. It was being thrown away. So I cleaned it up and made a few small adjustments, and here we are. An interesting machine for a lot of reasons, and I'll show you. One, these machines, these FPs are identified on the serial number as FPE, meaning elite, or FPP, meaning pica. Now, something interesting here, I'll see if I can show you. I'll show you where the serial number is found on these machines. The hood is opened by depressing the Royal badge in the center there, like so. And let me move the carriage over. I don't know the history of this machine. I think it will probably be an interesting one. Come over on this side. The serial number of the machine is normally printed in the frame right here. But as you can see, look what somebody did. They completely drilled out this area where that serial number once was. And you can see the round drill bit marks left behind. So, very interesting machine. I don't know what the deal was with this. Somebody wanted to erase the serial numbers of this machine for some reason. I can tell you by typing on it, it is an elite, it is an FPE. If we look under the hood here, we have a few other little clues. So I can't look it up by serial number because it just doesn't have one. But you'll see the sticker there on the underside of the hood that says warranty expires 12 of 61. So not sure if there was a year warranty. I don't know what came with the machine. This maybe was sold in December of 1960. But if anybody has a clue, please share with me. Let's come on around here. And we can also see the patents and other information. Royal Maccabee Corporation McBee, I'm sorry, not Maccabee, Royal McBee Corporation. So we'll take a tour of this machine here in a minute, but I just wanted to kind of tell you what we're going to be looking at here. A Royal FP from the late 50s, early 60s in an Elite, and it, you know, like any other standard typewriter of the era, has a lot of features, and we'll take a closer look at those. Let's take a little closer look at this Royal FP, and I'm going to try to start kind of at the top. So let me come in for a closer look. And we'll start here, actually. So, of course, this is in the era of the Royal Magic Margin. So it had this margin set system, was spring-loaded, and allowed the user to set the margins. Either there was a, here's the left side, there's a tab, there's a similar lever on the right side to set the margins where they like it by putting the carriage in the position of the margin. Say that we wanted that to be where we wanted the left margin, and bring this forward, and it would set the margin there. So, and then to release the margin or to push it back, you just depress it, and there's our new margin, or we move it up. So you have the magic margin on this machine. Then here on either side of the platen is the platen release. Let me pull back a little bit. This is the paper release. I'm sorry, no, it is the platen release. Paper release is on the other side. So this allows the platen to move freely. You have your line selector here, 1, 2, 3, single, double, triple space. And I really like the full-size return bar on these machines. And then you have the platen knob here, which you can depress to adjust your placement of your line. Nice feature. On the other side, we have the same magic margin control for the right side. And we have, this is the paper release here. So if you want to adjust the paper, pull it out. And then you have your platen release on the right side as well. So that's your top controls. We go down into the keyboard area. We can take a closer look here. You can see that this keyboard does not have the 1 key, so we use our lowercase l. But you have on the left side, you have your tab clear, and on the right side you have the tab set. I really like the keys are comfortable. These are very comfortable keys to use on the FP, I think. I like the height of them, and I like the size of them. They are recessed, they are indented. Shift, shift lock. Your backspace is on the left side. Your tab is on the right side. I'm going to turn the typewriter, and there is your color selector for your ribbon. So black, white, red, white being the stencil cut. I have just a solid black ribbon in the typewriter at the moment, but it does give you the option. If we let me come out a little bit. Under the hood, there's a few interesting things that a user might find handy. So we zoom in on underneath the, I thought it was a weird place to put it, but underneath the right hand ribbon spool is the touch control adjustment. Now it goes from 1 to 6, with 1 being the light touch, 6 being the heavier touch. And simply can move it to where you prefer to have it. And then over here, this, while it's not marked, is the ribbon reverse. Royal had an interesting ribbon advance system at the time where not only would the ribbon advance every time a key was struck, it would advance every time it was spaced. So it's hard to see here, but you would the ribbon would move every time, anytime it was tied into the carriage movement. I'm gonna see if we can get a little closer look at the overall styling of this machine. For the most part, I think it's a nice looking machine. Some people think it is not an attractive machine. I will tell you that this came after the Royal HH, which many people think was a really ugly looking machine, although a good typewriter, I think. This was a complete redesign of the exterior shell of the typewriter, and a complete departure from the HH, which was the previous Royal standard. So by comparison, this looked downright modern and contemporary. So it has a particularly deep body. You can see that there is a side insert which you can pop out from underneath the machine that allows access for servicing, which is sort of a nice feature. Let's bring it around the back here. It is two-tone. If you can tell, it's a dark gray bottom, light gray top. So you do have a dual color scheme going on. We have our Royal, and this is indented. This is an embossment here, so very nice. And then here's our other side, our right side. So yeah, it took up a little desk space. I mean, just here. Here's an Underwood Golden Touch era, probably, mid-50s. You can see by comparison, look at the depth of that body. And then let's come over here to the Royal. This is much deeper. So you needed to have, although the legs where the feet are of the typewriter are not really, there's no vast difference between other typewriters. The overhang of the shell is quite more pronounced, so it is just a larger machine altogether. And yes, it's got a few pounds on it, but I think overall, like I said, a very reliable and good machine. And I'm going to put a piece of paper in it, and we'll do a little quick typing. Okay. We can see a little bit of the typing action now. Let's see. You can see it's really it's a very nice typer, and it is relatively quick. The touch control, I think, is good, and I really do like using this machine and use it quite often. I find that it types nicely overall. It certainly is not portable in any way, shape, or form. This is a stay-put typewriter, but if you do a lot of writing and you have a dedicated space, this is maybe a typewriter that you might enjoy using. Again, I think they're reliable. I think they're pretty well built, and they are nice performers. So here's the Royal FP, date of manufacture unknown, only because we don't have our serial number, but overall, like I said, this is definitely a typewriter that I enjoy using with some frequency. So thanks for hanging out with me and taking a closer look at this typewriter. If you like what I do here on Always Analog, please share, like, and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you again real soon, right here on Always Analog.